The Critical Hit podcast contains foul language, sexual subjects, and other things that are inappropriate for children. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Hello, world, and welcome to another episode of Critical Hit, Foul Mouth Podcast, where we talk about everything. I am your host, Red King, and with me always, Crimson and Corona Award.
We bring you only the best of the worst.
I really thought you were about to say OnlyFans. Hello, everyone. And I'm very glad you didn't.
Listen to no free advertisement on OnlyFans. Actually, we're boycotting OnlyFans.
You said it 3 times in a row. Tonight, we are talking about our favorite poorly reviewed games.
Yeah, or series in my case.
Of course, you're going to try to change the rules a little bit. That's my
It went kind of from really great to not great, so that there's a reason. There's history.
Okay, that sounds amazing. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
We are Critical Hit, and the best of the worst starts now! That was the guitar. It fucking vibrates every single time. It's like, woo!
Oh my! I heard it very clearly.
So before we begin, we're gonna hit a little bit of that good pandering.
Okay.
Right? Because we need you to subscribe. We're a great podcast. We're a great now fledgling YouTube channel.
Great bunch of people. We're great for our community.
Yeah. We do all types of great stuff. So go ahead and like and subscribe. And arguably the most important thing to me now is comments. Because I crave like either the validation or the complete destruction of like something crazy like my personal image.
Oh my gosh.
Something I have no control.
We'll take a chaotic comment section.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I'm ready for it.
Like, I love them. I hate them. I'm a little of both.
I'm a little of both. I'm complicated.
I got layers.
All right, Shrek.
So yes, YouTube pandering. Also, ring notification bell.
Yes.
Yep, do that. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Like,
No.
I'm not gonna do that. Fucking
Ring the gong. We have moved beyond bells.
Yeah.
Bells.
We must be heard.
Bells are for tiny fingers.
Dong.
Nice.
So listen, I'm gonna jump in.
Oh, you're just
because
going
this series is kind of important to me.
a little premature, huh?
Sometimes you gotta speed jerk it to get it going.
Yay! What the?
No lube, just sandpaper. Final destination.
No, that was Human Centipede. The second, whatever.
That was barbed wire, not sandpaper, homie.
Oh my gosh.
Either
way.
yeah. I don't know.
What was who directed that movie? Tom Six.
Tom Six. Yeah, that weirdo.
Hey,
Is that your beef?
my beef is useless, shock value, disgusting, degenerate. Something else that has a V in it. Probably your mouth.
Eli Roth.
Yeah. You're just bad people. You're just bad
pretty...
people. There's nothing good about you. And I hope that hurts.
I hope that hurts you deeply. I hope.
In the soul.
Imagine we were about to have a fan base.
Imagine that. Imagine they were all Human Centipede fans. And they're like, no.
I mean, like, do we look like those types of
Come at
people?
me personally? Like, why are you all gross?
Horrifying.
Fucking take a bath.
Horrifying.
Take a soul bath. Which might actually be
you can take a bath in holy water.
I was gonna say the Emperor's Justice.
I was gonna say the Emperor's New Groove.
Cusco's path.
I was gonna
Path for Cusco.
I was gonna say the holy trinity of Bolter, Flamer, and Melta.
Why do you always gotta come back to Warhammer?
Everything was Warhammer.
Interesting. So
I've got a hammer and we're going to war.
so I spoke about my series thing being a series thing because it is Dynasty Warriors. It's Dynasty Warriors. That's the coldest open you could possibly get. There was no lead up. So I'm going with Dynasty Warriors because if you remember, early days Dynasty Warriors, well, you should. Like 1 to 3 was kind of well reviewed. It was well received, right? And we kind of tried to go in the direction of things that weren't well reviewed. This eventually stopped being well reviewed around like I'd probably say 5 is really the turning point.
I am Cal P.
I don't think that they made it past 3 without starting to
decline. The decline did start to happen.
There was and it's something that I'm probably gonna touch base on a little bit later, but you know, there was a bit of a more of a discerning taste in games at that point.
Hold on though. I don't know about that. Because I have an argument, and it actually involves why it suddenly started getting horribly reviewed. I think people got too pretentious as time went on. I think the taste is too discerning. I'm gonna get into that. Because the Dynasty Warriors formula, we're not gonna argue that is like some big brain type of thing, right? It is incredibly simple. It's hack and slash. It's dummy gameplay, right?
Yes.
And I think there was a time where that was okay. When video games were video games and they were actually supposed to be fun. They didn't all have to make a statement.
Be like cinematic masterpieces with a full cast of
and then
Hollywood characters.
And like 3 hours of actual gameplay. Yes. It's like the rest is cutscenes. Like the thing is, I love what's that one? Shauna's Revenge or whatever that one game. She's like got
a face.
No, what's that mental shit where you see shit?
Senua Saga?
Yeah. Like Shauna's Revenge.
I made no Shaughnessy and I'm here to steal your eggs.
I gotta be careful when I flash up on the screen when I say Shauna. Could be horribly, just horrible.
My word.
I gotta stop. But very cinematic game, right? Very little gameplay. Like if you play that game, you get into a fight, you walk down a very long, narrow path, and a bunch of things start happening, but it's just like cutscene after cutscene after cutscene, right? But if you play a game like Dynasty Warriors, it's the opposite. It doesn't have like super cinematic cutscenes. It doesn't have good voice acting 90% of the time.
It has random slowdowns.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Too many enemies on screen at one time.
So they were literally programmed in to do that because it's supposed to be like a cinematic slowdown and like a sword fight, but it never goes off at the right time.
Damn.
So it's actually just poorly timed programming.
Yes.
That's horrifying.
But it's like, oh, you just finished a boss fight with your super. But nope. Lou Boo's kicking your ass. Slow frames. You're on the ground.
He hit you
You're
with
dead.
You're getting your ass kicked, getting pieced up, and it's going in slow-mo.
No.
Like you really fucked me over there.
Like I didn't need that.
Here's the instant replay in slower motion.
It's like Dolby Digital super slow-mo or some stupid shit. I think Dolby's audio. But yeah, I think that there was a time where like that was kind of okay. Just have a mindless hack and slash. It's just fun. It's escapism at its finest. You just jump into this world of being a badass super soldier. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It was a simple game, but it was an all right game. And then as you kind of went on, that stopped being okay. Now everything had to have the most complex type of system. Everything had to have the most mind-blowing visuals, deepest story. You know what I mean? And that's just not any Muso game for that matter. You know what I mean? And, because you have Hyrule Warriors, you have,
Fire Emblem Warriors.
you have that One Piece one. There's a One Piece one. There's mad different. Yeah, there's tons of them.
Samurai Warriors.
Yeah, Samurai Warriors is another example. You know what I mean? Sengoku Basara, if I say that correctly.
Which might. I think you got it. And I think it's Samurai Warriors.
Oh,
Warriors Orochi.
Warriors Orochi might have been the other one I was thinking of. So, I think that
Fucking nutty that 3 has Sophitia in it.
beautiful.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was on. This is how long ago this was. It was on Xbox Games with Gold,
Oh my god.
and I got it for free. It was years ago.
It could come back. I'm just saying Games with Gold can come back. That as a title could come back.
So you think you should change it from Game Pass to Games with Gold?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Listen.
But
who
they
you
don't
trying
have.
to appease?
They don't have gold anymore.
Yes, they do.
What?
So that's actually wild. So Gold does still exist without Game Pass. Gold is still required to play online.
Yeah.
They still got silver?
No,
No.
I think it's just Gold and Game Pass.
Yeah, because there's Game Pass Core, PC Game Pass, and Ultimate.
So basically every one of their sliding scale of services happened with Game Pass. Yeah. Things have changed and I don't like it.
I don't know. What I'm thinking about is getting a TV that I can get the Game Pass app on and just hook my controller up to that.
What you gonna do with that Xbox though?
I'll be there.
I was about to sell it at jacked up prices. Microsoft can do it weekend.
Micro suck. Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm gonna be a bad guy too.
We joined the dark side.
You were supposed
Gotta have money for that first.
Are you calling me broke?
We're all broke, sir.
Okay, fine. I'll take that.
That's the truth.
I will not stand for personal insult. But I think that, it not kind of evolving with the time of being this incredibly cinematic thing, except for recently. Origins is kind of the most cinematic
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors game you're going to see.
Have you played it?
I have not. I
haven't either.
So that's one thing that kind of made me think about this series was I saw Origins. I saw how much it granted, it's still Dynasty Warriors. So it's mind-blowing Dynasty Warriors, you know what I mean?
Well, so the big thing is that Dynasty Warriors 8 was actually fairly well received.
Yeah.
And Dynasty Warriors 9 was not.
Yes. Well, that's the one thing is the last one I played was 8 Empires.
That's a good one, though.
And
Empires was really good.
yeah. Well, I like the whole idea of the Empires thing because it's it's very simple land grab. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You're not because I'm not always the most tactical minded person. I'm kind of stupid. So I like to kind of get that feeling of I'm doing some tactics here, but really it's just select this and select that option.
Right.
But it's cool when you get to create your own character, which is obviously big in recent Dynasty Warriors.
It's been there since 4.
I thought it was since 5.
Nope, it was in 4.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? Appreciate that.
'Cause I had Dynasty Warriors 4 on the PS2 and Empires.
And it's one of those things, right, where they have so many different characters to begin with. They just take a bunch of different pieces of those characters and just throw it all into a character creator.
Yeah.
It's except for Origins. Again, Origins is kind of different. But it's kind of a nice character creator because anything you could really think of, you can create.
Yeah.
So it's it's simple again, but it really gets the job done. And then you could it's crazy. You could get married. You could do the Blood Brothers thing.
Yep, you can have kids.
Yeah, you can have kids.
And you can get some mutant ass kids.
Yeah.
because they will do an amalgam of the outfits of the parents as well as like skin tone and stuff.
That is,
and stats for that.
And
I didn't realize it went that deep.
Yeah,
It does.
goes
It's
crazy.
actually pretty cool
Yeah.
because it was a lot like the old Romance of the Three Kingdoms games.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of dog shit games.
That's mean.
That's the truth.
That's mean.
Dynasty Warriors is the better series. I'm sorry.
That's because,
No, I agree with that.
it's because Dynasty Warriors throws arms all day. Romance of the Three Kingdoms is
like you can the amount of like awesome you feel, and like they added things like the Muso moves, like and they get crazier and crazier and crazier. Like Strike Force got insane with their Muso moves. It's like you literally had like superpowers. It was nuts.
yes,
But it's
and they would just turn into like glowing Beyblades of destruction.
yeah. I'm like beautiful. Like I don't know. There's something nice about the simplicity of that game. There's something nice about just being able to like turn on a game and just like play.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's a lot of games nowadays that would be better if it was that, right?
Mhm.
So a game like Clair Obscur, you need to have as much story and as much like cinematic things and all that.
That was a really shameless name drop.
I love that game right
It's
now.
a fucking great
It's a-
game,
it's a-
sir.
Yeah, you need to get it. Which also, Sandfall, thank you for only charging $49.99.
It's $50.
That's like that is, and for that level of game, insane. But you know, a game like that, you want to have all the cutscenes, you want to have all the story, the dialogue, all that good stuff, right? But then there are some games where you just want to turn it on and go. And like, if I have to, like, here's a good example. I like shooters, right?
Mhm.
Like something like Call of Duty recently. They try to be incredibly cinematic and have these like deep story sequences of like, this is what war does to people. I'm like, listen, it's Call of Duty. We're shooting people and confetti goes off. We then teabag that body after the fact.
That is
No one cares. Like, there's a time and a place for it. It's not Call of Duty. You know what I mean? And
This is what war does to people. Balls on the forehead.
damn.
just like softly perched upon your
That is fucking horrifying.
Record screech. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Oh my god.
It involves a landmine.
It involves some Claymore bullshit.
And I don't mean the mine.
I can't, dude. But no, it's like I think that people need to stop expecting so much as far as like story and cinema and all this. Like, we don't always need that. There's a place for simple games. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And I think we need that nowadays because I feel as though gaming has become incredibly convoluted, and we need a break from that. Like we need a good long break from that.
That's a fair play. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
So I would say overall, you know, not to get too into a like kind of glazing thing of Dynasty Warriors, because yes, it's a simple game. There's not really much to it. I can't sit here and like find some deeper meaning into it. It's like it's just
This is what war in ancient China did to people.
like, how did they lose anything? Those guys are so strong.
it's like fight everyone, fight Lubu. You know
Lose.
what I mean?
Slow down.
Lose until if you're playing Empires, you level up like crazy.
Yeah.
Then you take them on again.
You take them on, and it's upsettingly easy.
like you're sitting there, it's just like storm clouds all around you. You're just like, where's my challenge?
Or the more interesting thing, you can recruit him. There's
Yes.
strategies in the game that can just let you pluck an enemy officer, and then he's on your team, and then you just invade where he was.
Yo, they can also betray you though.
Yeah,
That's the other thing. Is
that's
that
cool though.
It is cool.
I didn't realize that game was that deep.
Yeah, no, the Empires goes crazy with that. Empires goes crazy with that. If anything, give that a shot.
Yeah, that's
Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires is actually a really good game. That's fun
Yeah, I play it now, and you can play it now. It's
Yeah.
available everywhere.
because it has. So the funny part is,
I thought you were gonna hit me with another one of them Game Pass plugs. I was about to say.
no.
Up there and
Dynasty
smack
Warriors
you.
4 Empires had about half the territories. I will say the one thing that I dislike the most about Dynasty Warriors these days is it used to mean something to get 1,000 kills in a match.
Yeah.
Now it's like you're not even a quarter of the way through the match, and you're like, "Yep,
I'm like, boy, I got somewhere to be. Well, that's what I mean. If you have Xbox and you have Quick Resume, that's why that's perfect. But no, you're right about that because I have noticed that certain levels you just sit there and you're like, dude, like,
well, not even that.
50 minutes.
So I know it's also just a matter of like they can fit more people on the screen now, but like it's like, oh, you're the greatest warrior ever, dude. This is my 10th fight in a row of getting 1,000 kills. I've killed a generation of humans. Like, I'm not.
I just made
I'm
the
not
earth
a-
lighter.
I'm
That's
not a
actually
warrior.
insane.
I'm a monster.
That is actually insane.
I think this shit's on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
8 Empires.
Yeah.
I actually, the funny thing is, I played 8 Empires on PlayStation 4. It was an enhanced version, which is
There you go.
Yeah.
I own the disc version on my Xbox, but I had it for the 1. But it'll play on my X.
Yeah, which that's another thing is what the fuck?
Don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to
All
fucking.
right, all right.
Do it.
Well, I'm curious about backwards compatibility these days, right? Because I saw this recently, and the thing that made me mad is it was GTA 5. Now, this was back with the Xbox One, not the Xbox Series, but the Xbox One. And GTA 5 released on the 360.
Yes.
Then they did a Xbox One version of it, which was just the 360 version in an Xbox One case. And then they did an actual Xbox One upgrade.
The amount of. Can we do a class action lawsuit now?
Yeah,
Or what?
backwards compatibility makes no sense these days.
So, like, here's the thing. This might be a hot take. Right? Like, okay. Let's just do it. Fuck. I don't care. Let's just do it.
It's time. It's time for the spice, bro.
I would be okay with not having GTA 6 if the lawsuit wrecked that company. As long as it brought some fucking integrity. And I don't see re-releases for one game that goes over 3 consoles? 4 consoles?
Because 6 is going to be worse. They spent $200 million on that.
Come on, like
Yeah, but they're
it's
already
crazy because
projecting
like I
it's
really
gonna
want to
make
play
a
that game,
billion.
but I would be a little okay because you know the PlayStation 2 had like what 3 GTAs
GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas.
and
yeah.
GTA 5 has 4 PlayStations or 3 PlayStations. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm supposed to
there's
be like, homie, give me a count.
PlayStation 6, GTA 5.
With 3, 4, and 5. 4 PlayStation.
Yeah, I was trying to say it slow so I wouldn't mess it up, but I messed it up.
Well, because I mean, think about it like this. The Xbox 360 also kind of had like 3, didn't it? Because you had GTA 4, Liberty City Stories, and then 5.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, like it's okay if you
You're
do
right about that.
And like there's the rumor that 4 might be getting a re-release. We're like,
I'd be down.
that'd be cool.
It's been long enough without seeing that game.
Yeah,
that
but
would
like
be
I've
fine.
seen Trevor. I mean, every core memory I have in my life has got Grand Theft Auto 5 next to it. It's
Yeah,
like
Birth
in the-
of each of your children. Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5.
it might be kind of close.
Which is
I might have
that's horrifying.
every one of my kids might have had a GTA with it, with them. You know what I mean? Like
Got married. GTA 5.
I met my wife. I met my wife. We started dating like right around the same time GTA 5 came
Came
out.
out.
Oh my gosh. And then you've seen it every other time since.
Every
That's it.
core memory I have is not GTA 5 associated with it.
Eight popsicle, GTA 5 release.
It's a little too much. A little too much. I don't want my kids to grow up and play GTA 5.
Yeah.
GTA
You
5
gotta calm down.
Literally fucking
I got a Happy Meal they package GTA
stalking
5
you.
with.
What was that?
Every breath you take. GTA 5.
Yeah, it's with you. It's just no.
They'll pull that shit, that fucking the Oblivion remaster, dude. Spoiler alert. And it'll be like, you'll get GTA 6, and then there will also be GTA 5 and GTA 6.
No, what's gonna happen is it's gonna come on your screen. And you're like GTA 6, fuck yeah! A pencil's gonna come on screen and erase the
that
eye,
shit. Yeah.
and it's just GTA 5 again.
Just complete chaos.
Horrifying.
They gotta do something. They gotta put some early game bull crap.
Yeah, they gotta fuck with somebody. They gotta call it out. They can't just be quiet.
You
about it.
gotta acknowledge that you were being dumb.
Yep.
And like
Grand Theft Horse 6.
like they the first
Dead horse.
like 3 yeah. Grand Theft Horse and the horse is dead.
yeah.
I'm you're just desperate. It's like I've been sitting here in this one spot with this horse for 10 minutes. Melee attack. Melee attack. Wake up. Melee attack. Is this a glitch?
No, it's the.
I could write. I could write.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. That'd be the perfect Easter egg.
Yeah. Or second or third mission, you just take down Trevor.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, let's do.
Kind of the same way that they screwed over. Why can't I remember his name?
Oh, the homie from Ballad of Gay Tony.
Lost and Damned.
Lost and Damned. Horror.
Gay Tony still exists in that universe. He's still alive.
He does, yeah.
But
Yeah, I forget which one.
I keep saying Brucey. That's from GTA 4. Why does my mind do that? Anywho,
The Bruises lose.
Damn, I'll never remember it. It'll be the end of the episode.
Like, right before it goes to black.
Oh yeah.
Why do I feel like it's David?
It's not.
Fuck. It's something Burley. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I'm just gonna move. Just gonna move right along because we're gonna be here all night doing that.
That's fine.
Just a revolving door of absolute nothing. Biggest nothing burger in all of credit history.
Good night, guys.
Yes. Every non-GBA or every non-Game Boy Yu-Gi-Oh game.
So hold on. You talked shit about me coming with a series.
2 people can't do it. This town's not big enough for 2.
Good thing there's 3 of us.
And it's like everybody came with.
Everyone came with series. So
Also, don't just shut down my freak out. Fuck you.
That's
It's the bullshit.
it just happened. Can't unhappen.
He just fucking Uno reversed your ass.
I don't even know how that worked out. And I
You're
just
like-
went with it.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, Uno reverse. What the fuck?
So the thing that was great about it, and the thing that makes me really deeply enjoy these games, is that the trading card game existed almost in tandem with, I believe, Forbidden Memories was the first of the card game simulator game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And the TCG came out they must have been in development at the same time because the TCG did come out after the anime started.
Yeah.
And there are gonna be some discrepancies, right?
Yeah. Making up fucking new summoning systems every fucking time.
Yeah, we need to stop that. Going on, we gotta stop. Anyways,
Now's your time to stop.
Yeah. But hold on. No, hold on though. You said every non-GBA?
Well, the Game Boy games actually followed the card game
What about like
Perfect.
Duel Links and shit like that? Duel Links is good.
But there's a official card game format that Duel Links is based off.
They also, I think it might be the GBA ones. They just got a re-release on the Switch.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm saying. I don't think that's technically a true statement because Duel Links is good. It's non-GBA, but it's good.
Okay. Fair play.
But like that's the one.
It's the Master Duel is also.
Yeah. Actually, well,
If you're willing to subject yourself to the horrifying universe of the Yu-Gi-Oh meta as it currently stands, the up-to-date current Yu-Gi-Oh meta.
Did you go first? You win.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But it's going to take me 40 minutes to get through my entire meta. The entire meta of my deck. Like, motherfucker, have you met a woman? I might have already used that joke, but you want to know what?
Motherfucker, have you met a quest? No, I'm not going to do that. Fuck that book.
The thing that was fantastic.
New in VR, the meta plug.
Metal Woman was good, though, to be fair. I don't know if you used that before. That was good.
I don't think you have.
I'm glad if I didn't. That all that being said, the spectacular thing about these Yu-Gi-Oh non-portable games, because that makes it correct, it makes Duel Links work.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Is that they had original plot lines. They had full, just from the ground up ass battle systems
Boy,
that had nothing to do with the card game. And they did it every time. And the thing that
it got weird. It got
just
so weird.
really gets me is that I've played every single one. And I've been disappointed every single time when you first turn the game on.
Yeah.
Only when you first start it. Then, holy shit.
It goes nutty.
It does go stupid. Because you tend to get really fucking deep into it.
Yeah.
Like Forbidden Memories, the fusion system was such a emotional roller coaster. Because that game didn't require polymerization. That game allowed you to just pick cards from your hand and say, I'm gonna fuse them.
Does that include like spell and trap cards?
No.
Okay.
They didn't have trap cards.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They might have had one or two.
Yeah, it was
But
very.
It was very Raigeki forward.
You're right. You're right.
And they did have Mirror Force.
It was
So
like to destroy everything. Cards were there. Dark Hole was there. Mirror Force was there. Raigeki was there.
You could almost count the spell and trap cards on one hand and probably still have fingers left.
Get it late ways to the entire field. It's in there.
It's in there. Or Monster Rapport.
Yeah. Which
Other than that, you know, it's really very simple.
Yeah.
You just sent monsters out to fight. And then you would attempt to do a fusion. And what would happen, because there was no way of tracking fusion in that game. Bless you, of course. You did it twice, now you're dead.
Yeah.
If anybody can catch that, hit me in the comments.
what the hell?
You should know.
Podcast. What up, guys?
Yeah, we just did a drop, and I'm going to fucking link them guys on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm going to... Simping. That's another... Simping. I'm with it. Come fuck with us, bro.
It's the simple plan.
Yeah. But you would take just two cards because honestly, unless you were writing it down,
Yeah.
there was no way to track the fusion. So what would happen is you would hit two cards together and it almost seemed at random that it would come up with, you know, Flame Swordsman. You're like, fuck, yes, I'm going to get through. I'm going to win this. And then you hit another one together and it turns into
Zombie Warrior.
Yeah.
and it almost, for me, always turned into...
Zombie Warrior.
And And then his bombastic ass in the card art would almost always signal that you've lost a really good fusion.
Yep.
And then it would take to the field. And there was a completely useless face up or face down mechanic because flip effects didn't work. And you could
So
also,
how was this game good?
it's because I liked it. It's because it was so wretched and chaotic.
Oh my gosh, there was a weird special feeling.
And
Like,
they had 2 tracks through the whole game. You had a boss battle track, which really,
it
it seemed weird when they chose it. And then they had the main duel theme, which was just synth. And it was
oops, all synth.
it was crazy. And the game was basically unwinnable.
I do remember that.
But it really was Stockholmy. Whenever you got away, you squeaked by, you were allowed to get 1 or 2 wins. Then you got through the beginning of the game, which was nothing burgers, and you're just dropping people like houseflies. Then you got to the mid, not even mid. It was the mid game where you did the Battle City arc, and then it was just RNG, just bad. It wasn't RNG. It wasn't. It was one of those games where you could feel that the AI had hate for you.
Yeah. It chose for you to lose.
It chose for you to lose
and every time,
and it really didn't like you, and it would just pick on you.
like
And then,
it was a glitch when you won.
and then you got to the late game where you go back to the ancient Egypt plot line, and then you had to fight the big bad guys, and all they did, I mean, it was a Yu-Gi-Oh losing simulator. It was a Yu-Gi-Oh non-player character simulator.
Yeah.
It was
I'm father, I know I
you
am.
basically took the role of every villain in Yu-Gi-Oh, and you got the floor wiped with you in a couple of turns.
You hit that setup guy, but like,
Yeah, always getting dog walked.
every time. like you're just permanently stuck like that.
Yes, like good thing I can play this game with one hand. My recoil remains. And you couldn't get by without fusion, and you couldn't get by without Regeki. You couldn't get by without Mirror Force, but they didn't give it to you. But I still play that game.
It's got a psychotic kind of allure to it. I don't know what the fuck it is. And I don't know why, but like getting a good fusion when it didn't fuck you over, it was just amazing because you've been fucked over so many times, and then you get one that you're just like, oh, right? No!
Blackluster Soldier took 5 cards, like 4 or 5 cards.
Yeah.
So like you would have to hit and hit and hit and hit, and it would turn to a Blackluster Soldier.
Yeah. And the fucked up thing was because there was 2 different types of fail fusions, as far as I'm concerned. There's one that's successful but gives you a shitty card.
Yep.
And then there's one that just doesn't work and it just smacks your good card out the way.
Ooh. Feels bad, man.
It's like I could just break everything.
Spike.
You're just going on a rampage through your game room.
Because you were playing on PlayStation 1, the controller was wired, so you could really do a shit whip, shit whip, and just bang that controller hammer style on the ground.
You fucking
just really, really crash the fuck out.
pull that shit in like Scorpion.
Console pulls off the shelf, opens just because laser burn.
The other one that I want to talk about was Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses.
This one was just a fever dream.
That one almost I had to like Google it to make sure it existed because this one was really weird.
If I want to play shitty Yu-Gi-Oh chess,
and that's what it was. It was neither chess nor Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was also yes. So
well, yes, but actually no.
explain. So like you take
Damn it.
you take
That
the
was
role
good
of these two noble houses. One is Yugi and the other one is Kaiba. Don't ask me what they were. It was a Lancaster, and so it was trying to be like Arthurian.
It almost sounds more like they were trying to reenact the War of the Roses from British history.
that is precisely what it was.
Yeah, basically.
That is precisely what it was.
It was not. It was basically exactly yes, but there was cards. And there was cards.
Much bigger
Everybody
hair.
had cards.
Yeah, much bigger hair.
Yeah.
Much bigger hair.
And
lots of colors.
The wild thing about that game is you didn't get to play as Yugi in that game.
Oh, dude,
You were
They cucked you.
they did.
Yeah.
They
so
did.
Yugi appeared because you had to choose.
Mm-hmm.
You had to choose whether or not you were like the white or the red rose, and the white rose was of course Seto Kaiba, the man with the plan.
that motherfucker hit him with that armor, bro.
Yeah,
With the blue eyes.
he
fucking
did have
shoulder thing?
He did have the hottest fit in that.
Yeah, that
in
was
probably
sick.
Yu-Gi-Oh history
That was sick.
with that armor.
Yep, yep.
Um,
I'd wear
PS5
it.
look.
I'm just saying.
he looked better than a PS5.
I meant base Seto Kaiba.
Base Seto Kaiba is definitely PS5. We know where Sony got the design.
Somebody was like, "Why does this look like?
But you see his drip though.
Why does this look like he's ready to call you a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck?" But then you proceed to summon your monsters to like it was like an 8x8 grid,
Okay.
and you would move your cards, and you could only attack if you were next to another card. You could only do damage if you attacked the deck leader, which you would elect one card to be your deck leader.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted
And
anything
take
else.
that good card right out of the game. Because they couldn't, the deck leader monster couldn't use any of their effects.
So you're better off picking a shitty monster to be your deck leader.
Except their stats, their attack and defense, counts towards how much damage you're going to take from monster attacks.
Oh my gosh.
So if you were, say, Karibo, and then somebody ran, I don't know, Giant Soldier of Stone, which by itself has only a paltry 1,200 attack points.
Yeah.
This is all off the dome, by the way.
Yeah, that's actually insane. I mixed up with Mystical Elf. Remember that one?
Yes.
And 800. I was about to be like 800, bro. But that was
He's going to stomp over there and just beat your shit. He's going to beat your shit hard. So you had to actually have a decent monster as your deck leader, which was insane to me.
Yeah, yep. Yo.
So you pick something with like a solid 2K.
And it really didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of a balancing act.
And it really didn't tell you how, like, there was no, like, the level did kind of vaguely dictate how far you can move and things of that nature. But the fact that you had to move about the board and getting your ass kicked could be as simple as not having proper field coverage. Like, guys, just bodies on the line.
Could be anybody.
The games lasted like super long. And for me, you boys not good at chess. It was a big surprise, I know. But
no one would have guessed it. Now, I mean, to be fair, though, you look like Jon Snow. So maybe they would have considered you have a tactical mind. Oh my god.
Oh, I was trying so hard not to do a spit take there. Holy shit.
That was too much. That was egregious.
Yo.
Well, holy balls.
That may not be the most devastating insult on this podcast, but the timing sure was.
Oh my
Holy shit.
Oh, I haven't had one of those in a while. I'll take that. I'll take that.
But I guess to close, because I mean, fuck.
You just en passant your ass.
Oh no.
I'm not liking this whole habit of me getting devastated on drive-bys. I'm not a fan.
That's your calling card now.
I hope it's not.
Drive by.
I'm trying not to just get wiped. Nobody even sees me. I'm just like this. I'm gone. But I guess to sum it up, those games were very poorly reviewed. And I very much have a deep connection to both of them.
Well, don't they have both of them have a boss rush type of thing too at the end?
Yep.
It's not just one duel.
And these are two games that I have also not rolled the credits on.
Just can't do it
because I can't legitimately win the game.
Yeah, this is Stockholm. You're right about that.
I can't legitimately win the game. There's code entry that helps, where you can enter the code that's on the bottom of the cards and get the cards. It helps, but you can't win that game straight.
Yeah. Agreed. Goodness gracious, my man! You have a toxic relationship with
Yu-Gi-Oh!
And Duels of the Roses. Wow.
Runner up is Puzzle Quest Challenge of the Warlords. Not the new one that they have out.
Yeah. OG.
It might have actually been pretty well reviewed, but you want to know what? That game has vitriol programmed in. If it wasn't the abominable intelligence that we know today, it would have been Puzzle Quest Challenge of the Warlords grew a pair of legs.
Imagine that.
That would be the distant runner up to the beginning of the computer apocalypse.
Just got everything against you.
The singularity has arrived, and it has arrived in the form of Yu-Gi-Oh!
What do you got, Chrono? What do you got?
So, I've been mulling a couple games over even while we've been talking. I'm actually going to start with Soul Calibur 5.
Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, okay.
This is interesting. Because I also... There's a lot I don't like about Soul Calibur 5, but that's kind of interesting.
So, I will say Soul Calibur 5's weakest aspect was the majority of its new characters. However, the game was so much faster than Soul Calibur 4, and there was no bullshit in your stat blocks where you were using outfits to make your character better.
Oh, fuck yeah, you were correct about that.
Oof,
I forgot that was a thing. Okay. So you're right about that, because the thing that jumps up at me the most about Soul Calibur 5 is its fucking Boruto ass cast.
Ooh, yes.
They really did have...
Yeah, for sure. However, just the sword and shield style on a male character was so sick. Patrokolos's base style was fucking awesome. The speed with which the characters were moving in that game.
Yeah, it was aggressive. It's like what Tekken 8 is to the Tekken series. Yeah.
Really, truly, and you kind of still saw that trend continue into Soul Calibur 6. It still awards that aggressive play style, but you can still counter it.
Yeah.
So Soul Calibur 5 it's a game I've put a dummy amount of time into. Plus, the character creator was actually really good in it. And
Agreed.
again, you could actually put your character in what you wanted because it wasn't tied to stats.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Oh, the meta of just looking like trash but having really great stats.
Oh my gosh. The only thing is though, man, a lot of the really good customization stuff was locked behind DLC. I didn't like that. I didn't like that because that was a tough one because there was like
I mean, that probably lends credence to the fact that it wasn't really well received.
true. That is true.
That totally keeps it on brand for the episode.
Kind of the point, ain't it? Yeah, that's
it
fair. But it is good. I agree because the gameplay of that game was amazing. I did put a lot of hours in.
Yeah.
I can't deny that.
And it was just like, I mean, at least they tried something, right? We talk about series taking risk, and Soul Calibur 5 was nothing if not a risk.
Yep.
They threw their asses out on the line.
Yeah, they really did.
Yep, just like Cassandra. Yo, okay. So that's
Cassandra wasn't in that game though.
Yeah, no, she wasn't. She was in a different dimension
or something like that.
Something to that effect. Yeah. But I do agree because it's nice to be able to customize a male character, have a sword and shield for him that isn't just bouncing around. You know what I mean? Just like
I think and I think we probably already talked about this, but the idea of just generic styles need to kind of come back.
So Soul Calibur 3 had that, right? They had
I'd love that.
they were great styles. I mean, a couple of them were broken as fuck, looking at you, Dagger and Bomb. Or the great sword style that allows you to cheese your way past guard.
Oh, that's
It
right.
was
Man, oh yeah, not well balanced, but I liked it. I liked having characters that didn't do the things that the other.
Yeah.
because you'll have Soul of Nightmare, and then they do like these beastly moves, and like they have like they're using like it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like the voice lines, because that's another tough thing, is that you couldn't really get like the right voice for what some of the.
I'm gonna travel the world. It's like no, oh damn, that doesn't work.
Oh damn! Like I harvested your soul. And I'm traveling the world. As there's lightning running down your arm.
Like where's the
Soul
lightning
just blinking at you like, no.
No,
No, you're not.
that wasn't the plan. When did you change the plan?
I'm checking the scroll here. That's not in my agenda. Don't know how I'm opening a scroll as a sword, but
I'll figure it out. To be fair, Soul Edge and Soul Calibur turn into many different things.
that's true.
Just be like, fuck it, it's got
So
lore.
the other cool part I will say for Soul Calibur 5 is that Soul Calibur wound up being the bad guy, right?
Yeah, that is right. That is true.
It does kind of always shake down to be that way.
You know what's kind of cool about it though is that like the crazy kind of crystalline look of it, and it was kind of like it looks beautiful, but it's like dangerous type of thing,
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
It was perfect world order, right?
Mhm.
There no deviation, nothing, just mechanist.
like we studied Shin Megami Tensei and said put that shit in Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Put that shit in blade form.
But so that was I really just that game would I say it's a good game? Probably not. It's certainly the worst Soul Calibur. But it's still a game I put a lot of hours into. Cervantes' storyline in it was cool because dude's back from the dead.
Yep.
He's alive again. And still just as fucking evil.
He just showed up in like full life.
Yep. Fucking evil pirate too, like that.
Yeah, like
really evil.
very bad guy.
Yeah. Cervantes chooses violence on the drop. Just like, it's raining. Time to kill. Yep, it's sunny. Time to kill. I stubbed my toe. Time to kill.
Oh, I'm just feeling amazing.
Time to kill.
So I'm trying to think of I sunk so many hours into that game.
Right. And that's the thing, right? Is because if you're a Soul Calibur fan, for a while, that's all you had.
Because it came out on the
360.
360.
Yeah.
So Soul Calibur, wow, that generation had. I can speak English. That generation had 2.
Yes, because Soul Calibur 3 and 2 were on the PS2. Soul Calibur 3 was a PlayStation 2 exclusive.
Which is actually insane.
Yep.
Like that is
The
But then, the 360 PS3 generation had 4 and 5.
yeah,
which
4 was
four felt a little fever dreamish, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Algol was a cool character to introduce, though.
Yeah, he was a cool character.
Oh, speaking of that, so just real quick, because we talked about Tekken, Harada has actually reached out to Waffle House to try and get it in as a stage, but Waffle House doesn't seem interested.
why
not?
So Waffle House, for the love of everything.
Yeah, come on.
just take a look at the game, right? I'm sure that the industries, they don't really overlap. It's good.
Yep.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Just take a look at it. They throw arms. You throw arms.
It's on the application.
That's what I'm saying. Like, can you fight?
Why does it say it so aggressively? It's in like bold text.
Bold, italicized, underlined, size 72.
Can you fight?
Like, am I an anime protagonist now? Working here, yes.
It like takes up some of the other text on the page.
Because it doesn't beat the shit out of that other text. Oh my word. They need to do it.
Yeah.
I hope that they do.
Free advertisement. That'll bring Waffle House back a little bit. I don't know how well Waffle House is doing. I'm talking shit about it. I don't even know.
They should be doing fine. I mean,
drunk people exist.
there's also the fact that they're a third to a quarter the price of IHOP or Denny's, which are not classy establishments. Let's be real. I'll take Waffle House over both of you.
Yeah.
Hold on, though. Can I don't know, man. Maybe we just need to actually have like Waffle House, Denny's, and IHOP brawl. It's the only way Waffle House knows how to handle it. So if there's going to be a competition,
No, people are getting hurt.
yeah.
I mean, you've got.
Denny's is going to outlast IHOP in that, but
Yep. They're not going to make it.
yeah.
It's not gonna be close.
Fair. This is true. So you said you had multiple. What's
I did. So I could go. I'm really starting to actually come back to some other ones, but I'm going to go with Clay Fighter.
Clay Fighter? Okay, I have never played this. I didn't even know this was a thing. So I'm about to learn
Does sound
something.
familiar.
I'm about to learn
So
something.
Clay Fighter was a fighting game series way back on the Super Nintendo.
I never owned a Super Nintendo, so that makes sense.
Bro, boys.
There was
No, we were. That was like them generational console wars bullshit.
it was,
we were Genesis kids.
Yeah. Well, so there was on the N64, the worst one of the series was Clay Fighter 63 and a
I
half.
dropped the cap and I'm not going for it, I swear.
Sure.
But yeah, it was Clay Fighter 63 and a half. Worst one of the series by far. Shit game. But the rest of the series, which, it's going to be an obscure as fuck one here.
Okay.
But
listen, I'm gonna have to just look it up after the fact because I need to see
if
this.
they were stop motion fighters, like they looked like claymation and stuff like that in a video game.
I mean, that kinda
They
sounds
had
cool
like
for
a
artistic.
snowman character. Earthworm Jim was a guest character, and I think the second one.
Why the fuck do I
Ballsy.
remember this now?
I do remember this.
I feel as though I remember this now.
I'm unlocking something.
That's crazy. That hit my brain in a very weird way.
But like it was that weird fucking era of like we're trying to find the next like arcade fighter, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that got weird. That got really weird. Because remember Fighter's History? You remember that crap as an SNK game?
Oh my gosh.
They had
And
Sam Chai in there.
they
My
had-
boy Sam Chai.
they had it was really weird. They had like great value versions of all the Street Fighter characters.
Yeah.
So they had French Guile, and he
Which
had
is
this
kind of funny.
because Remy from Street Fighter 3
Yeah. And Van Damme played Guile in the movie.
Whoa.
Whoa. That got crazy. That got crazy.
That was awesome.
But listen, no, I feel like I'm unlocking some memories here. I need to be refreshed on Clay Fighter because I feel as though I know when you mentioned Earthworm Jim being a guest character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's been so long since I've played them, but like I just remember my brothers and I having a shit ton of fun kicking the crap out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's beautiful, ain't it? It's like just having something that was just like it was good to me at the time. It doesn't have to be great,
So,
but it was good at the time.
Maybe more specifically, my genre for my second pick is just a lot of those shitty SNES fighting games. There was so we used to go to CC's Pizza.
Ooh, CC's. Oh my lord, I've never been.
Actually, the funny part is another little thing. Buffets are starting to make a comeback. Like they're weathering.
As they should.
Yeah, listen,
It's one of the finest. Finest.
But
the
eating.
Chinese one came back.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then somebody drove a car.
Yeah.
No, immediately. This day one after being reopened. What an emotional roller coaster.
No, literally,
That's insane to me.
my one friend's aunt was almost hit by the car that went through the front wall. Literally, she had gotten up to go pay her bill. Had she been where she was, done.
Wait. Because I know which one you're talking about. Doesn't it go? No, it doesn't go uphill. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, it's still actually just
That's a
looking at-
hard.
that's a hard one.
That's a hard one to hit. It seems like it's difficult to hit.
He hit it with the crazy taxi, boy. You know he did. He had to drop someone off, and he dropped someone's ass.
But yeah, so like there was, I think the name of the game was Brutal Paws of Fury.
Excuse me.
So you had the characters were like Kendo Coyote was like the main character.
Holy
This sounds a little
smokes.
bloody roar adjacent.
It's older than Bloody Roar.
Well, yeah. But I feel like okay, animal fighters kind of a weird thing.
Eh.
Because like if they weren't anthropomorphic, this would be
Yeah.
Dog fighting.
yeah, this would be
But-
totally illegal.
'cause there-
Like Michael Vick is a guest character.
Oh,
But yeah, so there was Kendo Coyote. There was a bear character. Kendo Coyote's sensei was like the cheetah. Even had like the sashimi, like a samurai.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Okay, all right, fair enough.
And then there was, I think the name of the game was Primal,
I feel like I remember this one.
but I can't remember if that was the actual name. But it had like, there was a King Kong-esque character.
Yeah, I remember
There
this
was
one.
Vertigo was the lizard that could spit, because you were basically playing as gods to ancient tribes of mankind.
It was kind of similar to what the fuck was that one game with Jago and all of them? Killer Instinct.
Mhm.
It was kind of like Killer Instinct, but it was animals instead.
yes.
I remember this one. I remember that one. That's kind of a weird one though, because I also remember it being very like kind of weirdly violent. If I remember,
It was. It had blood. There were two ape characters. One of them was a lot more like ripping your limbs off and hitting you with them. The other one would burp and fart at you and vomit on you.
Sweet.
But that
Borai
specific
Cho.
before Bo Rai Cho was
Yeah.
existed.
Wow.
But the funny part is that the CC's Pizza we went to where I grew up had that as an arcade cabinet.
So you should listen, bro.
Yo,
That's the type of life I'm trying to
I
live.
remember being a young buck and like real little.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a Big Lots that I went to, and they had a Darkstalkers arcade cabinet.
Why?
I'm like, what type of fucking crazy furry awakening are you trying to give to my fucking small town?
Yeah, to my small town.
Fucking Felicia does not need to be that accessible to that many motherfuckers with just quarters.
Yeah. Why you make her sound like a prostitute? You know?
That did sound crazy. That sounded fucking wild.
Yo, what?
Yo, that was not what I meant. Not that.
Yes, the character that becomes a nun.
That's exactly what it felt. Yo, that's not good. And it
Listen.
doesn't.
The only thing is, though, oh man,
Don't. How's that? It's just,
a good combination.
I have a modern game that's poorly reviewed,
Okay.
but I like it quite a lot. And I mentioned it last week was Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
It's a poorly reviewed game to say the least.
That's one word for it.
I like this game.
Okay, what about it?
Okay, so
Because I haven't actually played it, so I can't.
it is a free roaming game.
Mm-hmm.
Map's kind of small. What I realize is that that's what it kind of requires,
It's kind of a small map.
right? Because you are alone. Besides, first of all, 4-player multiplayer. Kind of a sick concept to have for a
Yeah.
game like that.
Yep.
Looter shooter.
That is where it gets me.
Yeah, I know. You know, like why play that when you can play a good looter shooter?
Or none at all.
Shut up.
Maybe new hot take. Looter shooters suck.
Shut
on
up.
average. They're
Shut up.
Borderlands is good. I like gameplay of Borderlands.
So
they did it good. Everything else sucks.
the dialogue in that game is pretty good. They deliver some solid lines. It's one of these things where it's like madly slept on. So like I could almost plagiarize all the jokes from there and build myself a nice little sizzle reel of cool things to say.
Okay. And then
Cool. Like Jon Snow at the North Wall.
Oh, well, I now have my edit. Thank you for that little cut of silence there.
Shut up.
That insulted silence.
I couldn't come up with anything.
But you should have so many quips from Kill the Justice League.
Captain Boomerang is endearing in that one.
That's surprising.
He's just dumb and like happy about just being there.
You know what? I think that's a good take though on Captain, because the Captain Boomerang has been
Rough.
irritating
Yeah,
in
rough.
pretty much every other depiction.
Yeah.
Because like it wanted to be Deadpool after Deadpool got popular.
Exactly, and he's not.
Yep.
And honestly, in a weird, and I had to look it up to confirm that he wasn't. I thought that the voice actor also did Bandit from Bluey. I thought it was they sounded so similar, and they were kind of the same guy.
So this is my thing.
I was like, huh? What?
We got to get some Killer Bluey edits in now with fucking Captain Boomerang's lines.
Because he sounds.
We could be like those fucking shitbag content farms that you see on YouTube. Just it's fucking all Bluey with Captain Boomerang.
First of all, that was the meanest thing. Shitbag content farm. That was big.
The bingo ate your baby.
What's his name? Shoot. Is he like King Shark?
Yeah, yep. That big. Oh, he looks.
Yeah,
like a
why
tree
is he
trunk.
using guns?
He doesn't need to. We know he doesn't.
He's
need to.
physically very strong.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But you want to know what's fairly resistant, like to being punched hard, is Brainiac's like robots.
How
resistant are they to the bite strength of a shark?
You don't want to put your mouth
Times
on that.
his size.
You don't want to put your mouth on that
Is he? No, he's technically smaller than a regular shark. Wouldn't he be?
because he's man-sized.
He's a big man-sized shark. So
Mhm.
technically speaking, oh, that's weird. Did we just discover a plot hole in King Shark? He's not the Hulk.
So he's better Drax.
I won't let you have that.
They're the same.
Ooh,
They're
no.
the same character. In that video game, he is better Drax.
Are we comparing Suicide Squad to Guardians of the Galaxy video game? Because I will refuse to let you
Yeah,
have
the
Not-
Guardians of the Galaxy
I'm
video
saying
game is good.
archetype because the Guardians of the Galaxy video game is fire.
Yep, it's actually really good.
It's hot to death.
Yeah.
But we're not comparing that because there's no comparison. All I'm saying is that the archetype
Say I'm being mean.
Huh?
You say I'm being mean.
couldn't even hold a candle. If the world was on fire, it couldn't hold a candle.
Fair. And
That-
Mora, woo.
Anyway, because they all have this. Because the one thing is that they all have the same like traversal, so like you can get to the same spots as the same characters because it is meant to be a cooperative game.
Yeah.
But each of their traversals are a little different. Deadshot's got a jetpack. Harley Quinn's got stolen bat grappling hook, the grapnel gun.
There's some good character behind that, though. At least,
Yeah. Captain Boomerang he managed to get some of the Speed Force channeled into his boomerang, and he just uses it to zip around, but he has to use the boomerang as a point of reference, otherwise he will just ram himself into a wall and kill himself.
That's actually hilarious.
And King Shark is just massively strong in the legs.
Yeah, he just legs it out. He just got them fucking bulky ass.
So they managed to reflavor having the same character 4 times.
Yeah.
And it's just it's rompy, dude.
Nothing wrong with a little fucking romp. You know what I mean?
And the way because obviously the plot line is that Brainiac manages to capture the whole Justice League and turn them evil.
Yeah.
And they all talk so ridiculous. The way that Batman talks in his Batman voice, but he speaks like he is a villain. And like it's just
It's beautiful.
it's campy and it's weird and it's great. And it's just it's good. It's bad, but it's playing it is actually fun.
You know what I think it is? I think if they didn't have like the grubbiness, the money grubbiness,
Yeah, because they
take
have
that out, you have a better game.
they got things to sell you in that game.
And they're trying real hard.
Yeah,
You
too
turn-
bad WB shut the studio down.
Yeah,
Fucking,
because
Got
you
rid
turn
of
that.
Rocksteady.
Yeah,
how do you do that?
you turn that game on and immediately they're trying to sell you things.
fucking deliver oops all bangers. Fucking rock. Because to be fair, Rocksteady Games has been
Yeah,
fucking firing on all cylinders. So I have a weird one. So you remember when Gears of War likes were a thing? After Gears of War came out? Do you remember Dark Sector?
as soon as you said Gears of War,
yeah. So, and the thing that was weird about Dark Sector is that it was like it played like Gears of War, but it was so not Gears of War. Like the lead character looked like he was trying to be Leon S. Kennedy a little bit.
I remember this game now.
Yeah.
Okay.
mixed with the lead singer they used.
Yeah. Oh, fucking Burt McCracken? Yeah.
Freaking and
I'm Leon McCracken.
it's
Burt Kennedy.
Yeah.
Burt.
Burt Kennedy
Fucking
is better.
Burt McCracken.
I'm Burnt Kennedy.
Because in every way, because he wore a lot of black, his colors were all dark.
Yeah.
He was Burnt Kennedy. But like they kind of had a fire concept for his character because he had that real world disorder where you can't feel pain.
Yeah. That was actually kind of a cool.
He got infected with like the virus,
Yeah.
which normally drives you insane with like all the pain that you feel. He just skipped it. He was like, I could use it to make a sweet boomerang blade.
Yeah, he had the freaking glaive, bro. The glaive was the coolest shit ever, dude. And it made you feel so badass using it.
One of the reasons why that game was so poorly reviewed is because you could have guns for a little bit.
Dude, yeah, you're right about that. It was weird. It was
They had this play pretend that every one of them had a biometric security system on it, which allowed it to be used a little bit till it decides to scan you and then actually dissolve itself.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a useful security feature.
It's
Why
not,
wouldn't you just
it
lock
doesn't
the
make
trigger?
it doesn't really make the weapon safe
Yeah.
because you can pick it up and use it a little. And it's like, hey, who are you, by the way? No, dissolve. Beep, beep. and it did. It beeped.
It was so weird.
It was
dude.
wild.
And I remember it's like, you had your cover system, which it kind of got weird because there's a point where you just stopped really caring about cover. Because once you got a grip on the glaive and all the upgradable skills you get with the glaive,
getting boogity.
it was crazy, dude. You're just out there just like, fuck it.
Just walk it and just whip a glaive at your head.
Yeah, you hit that shit with the Captain America, just chopped everybody, and it was like, it was so cool.
And
did they have dismemberment? I couldn't remember if they had dismemberment.
they might have had dismemberment.
I feel like they might have had that, and that might have been pretty Dead Space, right?
They
there.
had I almost feel like Warframe bit the whole style of that game.
You're correct, because you do have a transfer of
There were some full body transformations.
Yep,
that,
and you do look like a Warframe ass Warframe. Yeah.
Rediscovery. Very interesting.
But the only thing is, Warframe made them weirdly hot. That was the only thing.
Okay, well,
They're shapely. Don't deny me.
I guess I got one more to throw into this dumpster fire. Dirge of Cerberus.
Oh my gosh! Ooh, this might be the king game of the bad reviewed but still good games.
That game.
Does that technically deserve a content warning after what we discussed prior about Dirge of Cerberus with Hojo and his?
We don't have to mention him again.
You can't not.
That game.
Hojo comes up and it's just a black sensor bar and mosaic over that.
Yeah. All forms of censorship with little strips, dude.
I'm trying to think. That game, I remember it. The one thing that was nice visually about it was it ran at a higher frame rate on the PlayStation 2.
Which, oh my gosh, I will tell you this. It was weirdly buttery, wasn't it? The gameplay was weirdly buttery.
Getting your shit kicked by large bosses when you really couldn't move that fast. You were just like that real sassy duelist pose over the shoulder and just getting ripped.
Yeah. Vincent was sassy.
That was crazy in that game. Because, right? And then it was a little bit polarizing because that game came out either right before or right after Advent Children.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in that movie, he got down to some floating around as a cape that shot bullets.
Yeah.
That was actually badass.
And I don't remember ever being able to do that.
No,
I mean,
you
it
could
makes
turn to a
sense. It would
werewolf.
upgrade.
You could turn to a Sonic Unleashed werewolf.
Yeah, he was like the werehog, but
Yeah, he was.
which I'm sure
That was the only thing that you could do, because in Final Fantasy VII, he had a bunch of different transformations.
He had 4.
Yeah.
But all you could do was just
just a werewolf, because that's the coolest one.
Well, no, in Dirge of Cerberus, he actually goes into, because the last stage you're playing in his final form, but he gets to use his gun.
Oh, that's right.
I
I
do
forgot
remember
about that. Oh, I forgot about the end of that game. That just seems like a blur to me.
well, you fought Genesis, right?
Yeah, it's a very fever fucking dream of a game. But
the entire thing is
getting the cool part was though is just the shooting mechanics were actually fairly good.
Mhm.
The SMG felt good. All the weapons felt good.
Yep. I agree that I think
They did it all.
So,
But I mean, I for sure would play it.
because the thing is, I think that what dragged it down, because it had a lot of that weird, kind of mid 2000s kind of
Edgy.
Yeah, the edginess, and also mid 2000s Square Enix was weird.
Yeah.
Was very weird. Unskippable cutscenes.
Yep.
Very long cutscenes.
Yep. Looking at you, Kingdom Hearts 1, technically, but I'm using 2 as well. TOO, not TWO.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
And then Kingdom Hearts 2 was like, what?
Not you.
Which, speaking of which, have you guys seen the screenshots for Kingdom Hearts 4?
I have.
It looks a little good.
They have to move beyond PlayStation 2 gameplay mechanics.
I think they actually need to go back to the PlayStation 2 style of Kingdom
So
Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was the most PlayStation 2 feeling game in all the wrong ways. It felt like there was no gameplay upgrades. There was no...
Ooh, you're right about that. You know what the problem was is that
They were doing too much.
yeah, and then every fight felt like that one where you fight 100 Heartless. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember that fight? Every fight feels like that in Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts 3.
see, and that
Every
fight
one
was
of them.
special in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, and it's
That
like,
was so good. Say what you want about that.
thematically, no, it was amazing.
That game had scenes.
Yes, it did.
I actually like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
No, 3 is absolute. I will say 3 is kind of a dumpster fire.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those games that like you can see where the vision was, but like,
It's insane.
I don't know. I think it got lost somewhere in the 14 games between 2 and 3.
yeah, you know what I mean?
It's insane that when you start a battle, you start hitting the attack button, and then just things that aren't attacks start happening.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. That is, I hated that, dude. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm swinging my keyblade. Okay, that's cool. Then it had the flow motion thing that came from Dream Drop Distance. That's like, okay, can just kind of zip to random things and do these pole dancer swings. All right, that's fine. And then suddenly a fucking big ass going Disney ride comes out of nowhere. It's like, all right, this is a little weird. Transformation. Okay, this is a little weird. My keyblade turns into a hammer. This is fucking weird. Like, what is happening?
Slow down. Time out. Time out.
Nope. Now your Keyblade's a gun.
Yep.
Still
Squall?
summons.
Yeah.
Still summons. There were so many different ways to dispatch nobodies, and I'm not talking about enemy types. I'm talking about it's just nothing fights.
It was weird. It was just really weird.
Yo.
And if they calmed down, I think that's the thing. It's like, you know, you just need to calm down.
Yep. Certain worlds don't need to get bigger too. That's the other thing. Fuck
The Pirates of the Caribbean world, too.
Fuck the Pirates of the Caribbean world. Also fuck Toy Story world. That
Fair.
one sucked.
You can literally get soft locked in Pirates of the Caribbean if you're not high enough level because your boat scales directly with your level.
Didn't think that one
That's
through.
wild.
I did not think that one through.
And the enemy boats don't. So if you're not high enough level, you lose.
That's insane.
That's it.
PlayStation 2 ass fucking game. You're right about that. Because
That's
soft
wild.
locks don't happen a lot these days.
Right.
I will say that.
I bought the game. I don't want to play it over again. I got a lot of hours in. Yeah.
I bought Kingdom Hearts 3. I literally started the opening mission and I was like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah.
And stopped.
That's crazy because I think I got to Tangled World.
Oof.
So this is the other thing about this game. I'll get through this quick because I need to stop shitting on actual shitty games. The problem with this game is that you literally just played like a truncated version of the movies. Remember how Kingdom Hearts used to have like
A little bit different.
it was a little bit of
different.
side stuff going on, you know what I mean? And they tied it together real good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
There was some whimsy in it. There was some different enough stuff.
Like you got fucking like in the Frozen world, it was literally just like, remember how Frozen was? Remember like it's like the movie it was decent by all measures, right?
No, it
I'm not hot take.
Actually, not a hot take.
It's cold as Elsa. No, there's a new hate for Frozen. That's the thing. At the time, everybody loved it. Now everyone hates it because it's kind of gauche to like, Frozen.
Whatever.
Yeah, horrible. It was literally just replaying a very truncated, shittier version of it. You know what I mean? And it was just everything took forever. I was in the Toy Story world forever for the final boss to be a G-dang weird kind of like Japanese. I'm not going to say like the type of like a little girl doll. You know what I mean? How they have. It was weird. It was very weird.
Oh,
It was horrible. It was horrible. And they fucking tied that whole thing to Yozora or whatever the fuck that guy's name. Oh my gosh.
So there's also the fact that like it used to be a blend of Final Fantasy and Disney, right? And then
They were like, no more Final Fantasy.
yeah, there's no Final Fantasy at all in Kingdom Hearts 3.
I don't even think there's a Sephiroth fight, is there?
Couldn't fucking tell you. Because I booted that game up, played for about 10 minutes, and I was like, this ain't it.
Yeah. So, just so you know, this is actually a bad, well-reviewed game. Because people said that fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 was good. Reviewers said it was good. I'm like, this is
Shills.
Yeah, that's shilly as fuck. So just to top off our little excursion here with a genuinely bad, well-reviewed game.
Fuck that game.
That's a fantastic way. I mean, that's a finale right there. Freaking yeah. It doesn't go out with a bang, but with a yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, we have reached
The penis.
It's late into the video now. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I hate you.
We've reached the tip.
Nope.
Yo, wait a minute. I just thought of something. So you know how there's nip slips, hip slips, boy.
That's
Could happen.
That's called flash shit.
yeah. Why?
I don't
That's
know
a
why
crime.
that.
Find us wherever you found that shit. Sorry.
We're not on those sites. We're not on those sites.
But we are on Twitter at Crit Hit Official. I'll throw fucking.
I'm sorry. Do your reads. I'm sorry. Let's go. We're good.
Find us on CritTube.
On
YouTube. New episodes every week. Until then, what?